ready?
We're ready.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Christine, and we are here for the ACOWAR finale.
Pew, pew, pew. Fireworks.
Yeah.
We are in ball gowns and crowns.
Are we?
No, but we did put freckle glitter on our faces.
Star tattoos.
Yeah.
That's the best we got. That's where we're at in life.
Yeah. I had planned a gown, but it's just, yeah.
We couldn't do it.
No.
But take us as we are. Take us as we are. Just two ladies wanting to talk about the finale of ACOWAR.
Yes.
A Court of Wings and Ruin is coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to talk about it.
Same. As always.
So what we have planned is chapters 76 to 82.
Oh.
Which are pretty like short chapters, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll get into our finale, which is our award ceremony, to talk about different moments in our cocktail countdown and all of that good stuff. So stay tuned for the second half, because I always look forward to doing that every time we finish a book or a series. It's so fun.
It is fun. I love giving awards. It's like presents.
Here's what I think. Don't disagree with me. Just kidding.
I will fight you.
Okay. Here's my finale drink. Ooh, I don't know the last time I did a finale drink. I feel like you always end up doing the finale drink.
I a lot of the time end up having to do the first one and then the finale. This was the first book where I think you even did the first one.
I did the first and the finale drink. Yeah. So this is different. Here's what I came up with. I'm calling it the Cauldron, because we have yet to do a Cauldron drink in our ACOWAR series coverage. And I bought
a Cauldron mug a very long time ago.
Yeah.
To use it for this purpose. So it's finally being used.
Yeah, we're doing it. We got the Cauldron cup. Do you want to try it first and I'll tell you about it?
Yep.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Well, it's a drink.
It's liquor.
It is a liquor drink. I don't even know why I'm trying this again.
Dear Lord. Oh my.
Oh.
Okay.
Just need to have a backup drink here. I also want to finish it at the same time.
Look, I'll finish it. It is a liquor drink.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you why we're having a hard time. And this is not surprising. I was not surprised. Yeah. I was not going into this going, the Cauldron is going to win the cocktail countdown. I know it's not, but that is also the fun of us doing cocktails. Is sometimes you come into it and you're like, I'm doing this cocktail for the sake of the story, and because I think it fits. And we haven't done this yet.
Yeah,
I know it's not going to win. It's not going to be a winner, but we're going to do it. Oh my god, my lips are numb. So the Cauldron drink that I came up with was...
You came up with this?
Well, I didn't come up with it.
Oh.
It's a known cocktail.
Okay.
Death in the Afternoon.
That is a great name for it.
Which is an Ernest... It was Ernest Hemingway's favorite drink.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a known cocktail.
Okay.
And so it's absinthe and champagne. That's it. No, obviously I did not splurge for the champagne from Champagne, so it's technically not champagne.
Yeah.
It is sparkling wine.
Yeah.
And I went for the dry sparkling wine. I don't know if that was the right move. I also was tempted to get the sweet wine. I don't know if it would make a huge difference. And then I poured absinthe. I've never had absinthe.
No, but isn't it supposed to be like a drug? Or like it used to be?
No, I think that's one of those myths that it can make you hallucinate, but it's I think that's just having too much liquor.
No, I feel like back in the day, it did actually, that's what it was.
Maybe it was made different? I don't...
Absinthe. Okay, then it goes, what's behind all those wild effects then? Turns out the mind-altering effects of absinthe were probably just a result of really strong booze. As with any other potent alcoholic drink, when you're going to experience some strong effects when you drink too much of it.
Okay, so I was right?
Yeah.
It's called having too much alcohol?
Though rare, chronic, heavy alcohol use can lead to hallucinations.
Yeah. Well, that's any alcohol, though. That's not absinthe.
Yeah.
Don't blame it on the absinthe. Okay, so if you're wondering, if you're like, well, what does this drink even taste like? It tastes like sparkling wine with a less, like, flavorful liquor mixed in. So it just feels like a really strong...
Yeah. And, like, when you smell the absinthe, it's like a black licorice smell.
Mm-hmm. It's not bad. It's just, like, really strong.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Got a little bit better on the third sip, but...
That's because the third sip?
Yeah.
I just thought this was a good fit because the cauldron is, like, death and life and evil. But just, like, I just wanted something, like, kind of ridiculous and intense.
Well, you picked this was great.
You're welcome.
Like a really great choice for what you were going for.
Well, as we finish this finale, we're gonna try and finish this drink, and it might get weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it a little weird.
Okay.
Let's get into these chapters.
Mm. Well, we start off with a bang.
Chapter 76. Rhys dies. So we know we kind of ended off where Amren, after she left, the cauldron broke into 3 pieces, and there was sort of this, stuff growing out of the cauldron, and they're like, oh no, the cauldron's broken, all the stuff inside is gonna leak out everyone, it's gonna destroy everyone, and everyone's gonna die, what are we gonna do?
The war was for nothing.
Amren thought she was gonna save everybody, but it actually backfired. And so Rhys is like, okay, we need to remake it. We need to put it back together.
And like, Feyre, you're a conduit. We could maybe do this. But they are obviously very drained of their power at this point.
Well, Feyre, I mean, how many chapters did Feyre hang on to that cauldron, right?
Yeah.
She was hanging on for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
And so Rhys is like, okay, I'll help you. I'll hold your hand and I'll help you.
Yeah.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah. He's making jokes also at this point. Like, just trying to relax the situation. She does make a note that his, like, shields are hard up. Like, she can't get in. But she doesn't obviously push because they're in this, like, intense situation.
What an asshole.
Yeah, and he just keeps telling her how much he loves her.
But it is one of those situations where, like, okay, I'm gonna give my life, and it's gonna save so many people. Yeah. So it's like, obviously Feyre's gonna be biased, and she's like, no, don't do it. But in Rhys's defense...
I totally get it.
If it is gonna keep so many other people alive...
Yeah.
To give your life, it's hard to be mad at him for that.
Yes. And as much as sometimes, like, he does piss me off, like, with, like, the casting thing, like, you're always trying to do all these things to protect all the people and, like, not asking for help. It's annoying, but it's also, like, a very endearing quality because you're so protective of the people that you love and your family, and you want to protect them. You want to save them. And in this moment, he does, like, yeah, like, this war is for nothing. All of this is for nothing if we don't do this. And
right, Amren giving up her
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
as much as I get mad at Rhys and yell at him in my notes app, I do understand him in this moment.
Yeah.
So he dies.
Yeah, she turns around to be like, oh, we did it. And he's dead.
And I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Is this the end of the book? But the thing with this is, like, you know that this isn't the end.
Yeah.
Because that would be a very bad book, Sarah J. Maas.
Mm-hmm. It was still very upsetting the first read when this happened, though.
Definitely.
Because I actually do, like, if he did die and this was, like, the last book.
That would be kind of epic.
Yeah. I'm also, like, I could see that happening, and that does happen in some. Obviously, you'll have very angry people, but it's also not the worst ending.
But look, I don't know if this makes me a basic bitch, but I do want the happy ending.
Yeah.
Though, right? Like, I would rather him coming back to life in some, like, stupid scenario than him dying and then I'm just, like, really sad.
Yeah.
I do feel like I'm basic that way. Like, I want the happy ending. Like, I don't care about, like...
No, we all want a happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kill off some of those other characters. That's fine.
Okay, chapter 77. Just kidding. Rhys is alive. Oh, and so is Amren.
Yay! Yeah, those are two of my favorites. So, I do love... So, like, the High Lords come around and everything. And I do love that Helion, like, realizes what Rhys did. He's just like, of course he did.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I do like that she yells at everybody. She just like doesn't care. She just like, they're like, yeah, no, we can't do that. No, that's not a thing. And she's like, do it.
It's happening.
You do it, motherfuckers. You do it. God damn it. And they're like, okay.
Oh. I do like she also remembers that what the serial said, stay and live to see everything righted. So she keeps saying that, and I think try to like reach to him to say like stay type of thing.
Right.
How when that happened with her.
Even though the mating bond has been snapped, she's still tuning into it.
Yeah, like what happened with her. I feel like. And
like you could be his tether.
Yes.
Right?
And I love that, you know, who's the first one to be like, yeah, I'll do it.
Was it Tarquin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Our man Tarquin. Like, he would be the first.
He's so great.
Oh, right?
I know.
And he says for what he gave today and for the many years before.
Tarquin knows he's a smart
man. Makes me
man.
also want to cry.
I know. He's like, yeah, no, I saw, Reese, what you were doing. You weren't that good at pretending.
Yeah.
I do like how she's yelling at them, and they're like, no, we can't do it. That's not possible. And then she's like, no, you do it, God damn it. And then they do it, and then it, like, works. And it's like,
yeah.
Feyre, like, if I were Feyre, I'd be giving them side eye. Like, guys.
Yeah.
Look, we did it, though.
No.
Why wasn't anyone... Like, let's just try. But it worked for some reason.
Yes.
That I'm still a little bit confused by.
Same, but he doesn't get any of their power or anything. Like, he does say that.
Yeah.
When he comes back.
Yeah. I
don't
know. We don't know why.
I'm just a old human. Human woman.
Did this cute... I don't know if I would go as far as to call it cute, but this moment that I liked was Tamlin, him stepping up. And, you know, Feyre was like, please, I'll give you anything. But he just says, be happy, Feyre.
Also made me cry.
Yeah. Like, no, he doesn't want anything from you, Feyre. He also wants peace, I think.
Yeah. Lincoln just wants this. Yeah, done.
And he comes back to life and tells a couple jokes.
Okay, I have a quote here. If we're all here, either things... Oh, when he wakes up. Yeah. If we're all here, either things went very, very wrong or very right. Oh. Hey guys, I'm back.
That would be a better quote. I'm back. What did I miss?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, and he's like, fetch Amryn in the cauldron. She might be getting cold. He said something like that.
Yeah. I was like, they've been having the conversations. I'm like, she's just hanging out in there. Like, and he does say to her, he says, stay with the High Lord. So it's just still just one of my favorite.
Yeah, he heard her.
Yeah.
One of the things I was confused about, so Amryn giving up her power, was that part of her bringing him back too?
Oh, maybe. I don't know, but he's just, all I remember, it said, it's like I saw Amryn there and asked if she wanted to come back and like reached out a hand. For her. But I think maybe what she had to give up to the cauldron was her power.
But maybe that had a part in bringing him back too? I don't know. It was like vague. So in this third,
I don't think the cauldron
read of it, I interpreted it that way, and I'm like, is that right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
Think like they're two separate things.
Either way, they both came back.
Yeah, and Amryn's normal now.
She's just a regular gal, a regular Fae gal. Yep. Chapter 78, Aftermath.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, Elena, Nesta, and Feyre finally get to go see their father and, you know,
do you want to know the first point that I have?
What?
Do you want to know the first point that I have?
Yeah.
Nesta spits on Hybern corpse.
Oh my gosh. Nesta's the best.
No, I'm like...
She's just a, oh my god, she's so weird and angry and hot at the same time. Yeah. She's just a special creature.
And then walks over to her dad's body to bury it.
Yeah, okay, now let's go see a prayer, everybody. Yeah.
But yes, they do bury her father. And then Lucian's back.
I will say, like, just that quote with Nesta, she is like...
Which quote?
Well, just what you said.
Oh, her spitting on the...
But just that part of her, it makes sense with Cassian, that he is a very sweet man. As much as he, you know, is like a killing machine and like the, you know, whatever. His nature is so sweet.
Yes.
That Nesta being like, I'm gonna rip this head off and then stare into the head.
And then spit on your corpse later.
Yeah, just this, like, callousness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, that combination is fun for me. I like
Absolutely. It. I agree with that.
Okay.
It is a very fun combination.
Moving on. Lucian's back.
I wish we would have seen more of him in this last part.
I know, I miss him so much.
Yeah.
I wrote he has a lot to tell her, but I didn't actually write down anything much.
Oh, I just like they're like talking, and him and Elaine start talking, and says like, "Oh, I think he said something about, like, I hear what you did, or that you killed the king." And she's like, "Nesta did. I just stabbed him."
Yeah.
I just enjoyed that little.
Oh, you know what? So he reveals that Feyre's father struck a deal with Vassa's keeper.
Right.
So that she could come out.
Yeah.
But just for a short period of time. And so she's still cursed, and she's only human at night. And I wrote, eye roll. What? Feyre's human dad, the man who couldn't manage to scrounge up a meal for his daughters, is now making a deal with this evil monster creature. Just be like, can you just let her out for a few hours? Just a couple hours.
We'll need her. We'll bring her back.
What deal are you making? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I am a bit more curious about the details of all that stuff that happened and how that was able to even happen.
Just come out for a bit.
I forgot. Like, I had always assumed, like, Lucian did that.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot that didn't happen. Like, I thought Lucian did all this stuff. Or it would have been, like, Lucian and her dad. But when it was just, like, her dad, I'm like, no, that doesn't make as much sense.
Right, and Lucian's, like, interacting with Vassa, but you're like, how... But she still is under control of this guy.
Yeah.
Monster guy. I want to know more details.
Same.
And I can't remember how many more details we get in...
Court of Silver Flames.
Oh my god. Yes, that's what it is. A Court of Silver Flames. And I can't remember how much more details of Vassa we get in that one.
No, I'm actually, like, curious to read that again because the amount of stuff that I forget.
Yeah, do we get the details there? Maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Elaine does invite him to Valaris, though.
Yeah, I mean, Feyre does nudge her.
Yes, but she still does it.
She still does it.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Feyre's like, oh, okay, I left them. They shall wash up and talk. And so we do get this sort of alluding to them spending a little more time together.
Yeah.
And actually speaking.
Which is great that they're actually speaking.
Elaine is lucid.
Yeah.
And yeah, so excited for that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to have a sip of this again because it's delicious.
Is it? Is this going to become like the Reese drink where we're like, no, I hate it. And we're like,
by the end of it, we're like, let's have another one.
Have another one, yeah.
I did. What was... Oh, no, I told you that when you did the bourbon pumpkin one, I did have that again.
There you go. It'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so chapter 79, everybody meets up for boring stuff. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I was
These last few chapters are boring to me. But I understand that they're necessary. Like, I feel like a hypocrite. Like, if these chapters didn't exist and Sarah J. Maas wrapped them up and didn't, like, tie these ends,
yeah,
I would have been like, what the fuck, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what happened to this, and then this, and then this. So it's like, I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah, we need these.
So I'm like, I hate these chapters, but I'm like, but we need them.
Yep.
We need them to understand.
Miriam and Draco
and Miriam.
Huh?
We get Draco and Miriam.
Yes. They're going to take the cauldron, which is great. It's great. Someone needs to take it. They're going to take it before anybody notices.
Yep.
More convince them not to kill Jurian.
Which is good.
Yeah.
We want to keep him alive because we like him.
Yeah. Well, he's one of our faves. So they they go to like their old broken down house now to have a nice big meeting. I
thought that was so weird for Tamlin. Here's his house that you bought.
Oh yeah. It's kind of destroyed. Eris looks at Lucian with like regret. There's like a lot of Eris little tidbits, I think, in this book in general. Like just
Sarah J. Maas has so many things to tie up.
Yeah. Like I'm just so curious about him.
She needs to tie up Eris.
Yeah.
She needs to tie up Lucian, Elaine, Azriel.
Yeah.
Like there's lots of
But she does say he looks at Lucien with like a look of regret. Which is sad.
So Nepali is there, so Azriel gets to meet his hero.
Right?
Isn't that fun?
Well, I think Azriel's met her. I think Feyre gets to, so she was...
Azriel's met her? I thought Nepali was just like a story that Rhys told.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Nepali
So he's probably never
was
actually
with
met her.
Miriam and Dracon.
Yeah.
No?
I assumed Azriel had been there. It's still exciting that she's there. She's a celebrity, you guys. And Feyre gets to see her as well.
I do like how Vassa was like, can you break my curse too? Curse breaker?
Yeah, that's your name, right? You break curses?
Like, Vassa, I don't think that's what she, I don't think that's what she does.
I mean, she did break a curse.
Yeah, but
It's
maybe
not
go to
like,
Helion or Halion?
yeah,
Maybe.
that's not like her superpower or anything.
Yeah, and Feyre's like, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see what I can do.
We'll see. Yeah, and then they're gonna renegotiate this treaty between the humans and the Fae.
Sounds
Fun
so boring.
government stuff. Okay, just admit that you like this drink.
It gets better as you go, but it's like I still kind of like cringe as I drink it. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And it's like I have 2 drink choices, but I keep going for
Keep
it.
going to that one.
But then I sip it, and it's like my whole like I'm like, ugh, but I keep doing it.
Okay, so chapter 80. Chapter 80. How long is this book? Chapter 80. That's so funny.
I just have story time.
Yeah,
Everyone
I just said more aftermath boring stuff.
Yeah. Everyone like tells their story. I was like, would be a lot to sit through.
I know. Imagine you're in that meeting and just like, I would love to be a fly on the wall and just watch everyone's faces. We're like, oh, we gotta listen to Feyre's story again?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta listen to... And they're just like, do we need to be here? Can this be a separate... does this need to be a meeting?
Could we at least all be on
Could
couches
this
in our
have been an
pajamas?
email?
I think it's like at the same time, I'm like, it is good to hear other people's stories to kind of like keep them together. Like, I get that.
Totally. Just like some of them already heard it. Okay, let's just skip to when they go back home. No?
Well, I like that Jurian does fair, because it is funny that Vassa offered him a place in her court, but I'm like, you can't go anywhere.
We're confused.
Yeah.
We're confused.
Which is great. And then Amryn does have to eat real food.
Yeah,
Right.
so they go back home though.
Oh.
Yeah, they go back home. And then
Okay.
Nesta goes back to being Nesta, where she's quiet and not talking to anybody. But Amryn tells a really funny joke.
Also, Elaine's getting funny. Elaine had some funny jokes in there too.
You watch out for Elaine. We're
Yeah.
keeping our eyes out on Elaine. But Amryn says to Nesta, "I'm surprised you didn't take the king's head back to have it stuffed and hung on your wall." And I didn't write it down, but Moore said something like, "I think that's like an inappropriate joke."
I think it's hilarious. Elaine's also still wearing her ring,
Elaine.
which is weird. But whatever. But I do have that, and then I just have Elaine makes jokes, and she wants to garden. Obviously.
Great. You go do your thing,
Yeah.
girl. And then, of course, I love the part where Feyre gives Lucien a note
Yeah.
to Tamlin to say thank you and to wish him happiness. And, if you see Tamlin again, give him this.
Yeah.
That was very kind of her.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes.
I like that. And I feel like it kind of like ties the two of them up.
Ties their storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Like we're good. We're done.
yeah.
Yeah.
No more of that. Then we get a Rhysand POV for chapter 81.
Which didn't tell us anything new. It was just, here's everyone happy
Yeah.
and drinking, and we're like so grateful that we're all together and we love each other, right?
Yeah. But it is like they're just kind of like, because he's by himself and they're like, it's real, Rhys, like this is happening. Azriel does float him over a drink, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
I know.
the shadows.
I like, read it back again, yeah, and I guess he like floated it over.
Oh, fun. A
Yeah,
good
so
party trick.
Yeah. And then he just keeps saying how he can just hear Feyre's laugh, and I think that just makes him happy because I think that was mentioned numerous times.
Chapter 82. My notes are sparse here, but I have Feyre goes flying in her underwear.
Yeah, she does.
Because she finally gets that red lingerie.
Yes.
But
that they've been
then-
talking about.
They go out flying, and that's kind of the end scene, right? They both bring out their wings. But I'm
Well,
like, isn't she still in the lingerie? Isn't she cold?
right? I know there's a part, I swear to God, they have sex flying.
Yes. Oh my God. I thought that too in this last scene. I was like, when was that?
Like, have they done that already? Or is that in the last one, maybe?
Was
Or
that
the next
after
one?
maybe they had the mating bond, or...
I don't know, but I swear it happened.
It does happen.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not crazy. I do also have that they do make a bargain with their lives. So their lives are now tied together. Because they both
I
get
thought
new...
that was just them talking.
No, because they both get new tattoos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, if one of them dies, so does the other one. So that they'll leave this life together.
Oh, okay, now it's coming together.
But it is the Feyre...
Dummies.
The tattoo that Feyre originally had, like, from Under the Mountain. It's like a little recreation of that, which is nice. I was like, so many tattoos for Feyre, this book.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah, thank God it just happens naturally and you don't have to pay a tattoo artist for all of this.
Exactly.
But yes, and they do fly together.
Yeah.
And I think it's also like really cute because that was like one of Reese's favorite things to do with his mom. That
It's
he talked
true.
about. So I was like, oh, this is really nice that they're doing this together.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, she is in her underwear.
She's cold. The last lines of this are, Feyre thinks a gift, all of it. She died, Reese's died. They get these second chances, and now everything is a gift.
That's how we should live every day.
Yeah, happy holidays. You won't put this drink as number one.
Welcome to the ACOWAR finale award show.
Welcome to the most prestigious award ceremony you have ever been to.
Mm-hmm. No other podcast has one like it. I don't actually know that.
I don't
idea.
actually know. Yeah. I don't listen to enough to... But you're listening to this one, which means
taste.
In our minds, this is the best, and this is the most prestigious. So I'm really excited to get into this. This is probably one of my favorite, and it's all about me. My favorite parts of like finishing a book or a series is when we get to do the cocktail countdown. It's actually really fun.
Yes, the cocktail countdown's my favorite part.
Even if I don't win, I like, obviously I want to win, but it's just like fun to go back because I do think that the cocktail making portion of this podcast does make it more fun for me.
Yeah.
Because when we started this podcast, we genuinely didn't know that very little about cocktail making.
Yeah. Nothing.
Like almost nothing.
Yeah.
So the fact that we are like getting better at it and like trying new things, it's always like super fun.
And the amount of alcohol we now have.
Just so you know, before we started this podcast, Jamie got rid of her bar cart that she just had as like a decor in her house. Mm-hmm. She got rid of it because it was useless, because she didn't need it.
No, I did not.
And then we started this podcast and she's like, oh shit, I don't have any space for all of the different liquors that we are now using that we need to store in her home.
Yes. And all the stuff that I had that I didn't use, but it looked cute on the bar cart. And I'm like, oh, I actually know what these things are for now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I know what all of the accessories and things are used for now.
Or like the syrups and the bitters and all those weird little things that I was like, no clue.
Yeah, now we know.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We're almost experts.
Yeah, keep learning in life,
We're mediocre,
it's fun.
Which means we will have some duds.
Yeah.
And some...
And you were the winner of the last one.
What was the last one? ACOWAR.
Yeah.
I did win ACOWAR. Mm-hmm. ACOWAR was a tie. ACOWAR, I won. So let's see if you're going to win, because we're also going to have our Plated Prisoner Series 1 soon also.
Yes.
So we're going to have another cocktail countdown soon. So, oh my gosh. Okay, let's get started with this.
Suspense is killing me.
So what's going to happen here is we're going to count down from 9, from the worst, our least favorite, into our favorite. Mm-hmm. Now, because we're even numbers, or uneven numbers, we're going to have to drop one at some point. And then, in the end, whoever has the least amount of points is the winner.
Yes.
Right? Because if you're first, you get the least. Yeah. You know what we're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's...
So what is your number 9?
Well, it is...
Is it the one you're drinking?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
But you keep drinking it.
I know.
You're a liar.
I don't... Out of all of them, though, yes, it is my least favorite.
Okay, mine is Sweet Revenge,
Okay.
which is the Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Which is very disappointing because Shirley Temple is one of our favorite drinks.
Yeah.
I just couldn't figure out the proportions to make it good.
Yeah.
So one day I'll figure it out, but
it is a great drink normally, depending on how you make it,
but adding the liquor in kind of ruined it. Number 8?
Sweet Revenge.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Mine was Battle of Adriata.
Okay.
Which wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't a bad one.
I actually think that it was pretty good. It was just super sweet.
Yeah.
It was super sweet and it's good, but I don't know that I would make it again.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 7. Dawn Court.
Okay. Mine was the Autumn Court.
Oh.
Which I knew yours was not going to be lower, but the Autumn Court for me was just like pure preference.
Yes. I feel like it is a very preference type of drink. I ended up loving it.
Yeah.
But I am also in a big bourbon stage right now where I'm really enjoying bourbon cocktails.
Yeah, when I tried it, I was like, I don't think I like bourbon.
Yeah. I made it again.
You did?
Yeah. I was reading one night and I wanted a drink. And I remember I still had the pumpkin syrup. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to make that drink again. And it was great. Number 6.
Mine was a Cauldron.
Okay.
So I bumped it up because you know what I should have started with this cocktail countdown too was my grading system. So how I did it was like I gave a 1 for no thanks. I gave a 2 for it was okay or good effort.
Yep.
And then a number 3 for I enjoyed it.
Yep.
Number 4 was I would make it again. And number 5 was wow. So I had a bunch that were tied for I enjoyed it.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So the Cauldron was one of them. I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Did I say mine?
What'd you say?
Battle of Adriata?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Short-term memories going.
Okay. Number 5.
Hunk of meat.
What?
Yep.
Mine was, how do I say this? Ouroboros?
Okay. I mean, I loved this drink. Like, I didn't not love it, but I'm going off. It was hard.
What you enjoyed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a very good drink. I really liked it.
Okay, number 4.
I have Moore's Truth.
Which was a really good one.
It was good.
It was really good. Mine was the Dawn Court.
Okay.
I really like the dragon fruit.
Yeah, it was. I know I have it low, but it's skin. Like, it was
good. I know we talked about this on that episode, but I like the kiwi-ness of it, even though it is not in the same family as kiwi. But
yeah.
Just like there's like a bite to like kiwi like seeds, and that reminds me of dragon fruit.
Yeah.
And so I liked that part of the drink. It made it different. And
number 3, Autumn Court. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Mine was Moore's Truth.
Oh, nice.
I did like that one. It did, like I said in that episode, it reminded me of, the red, white, and blue popsicles.
Yep.
But in cocktail form, but not...
And it had 2 different types of alcohol in it, but it wasn't like a strong alcohol taste.
Yeah, I'd recommend that one.
Yeah, a very good mix of different flavors.
Okay, number 2.
Getting down to it. Oh, I'm like, do I want to switch my number 1 and number 2?
Oh my gosh.
No, okay, so I have the cereals iced tea.
I have the hunk of meat.
Okay. I loved the iced tea so much, but I also really liked what I have as number 1. It's really like a tie for me with them. I think just the number 1, I would make it more over the second one. But even though I would make them both. It's tough. It's really hard.
Decision.
Yeah, it's a really hard decision. But this was just my first instinct, so I'm just sticking with it.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
The hunk of meat for me, which was the apple margarita, it was just so good.
Yeah.
The sugar around the rim,
ooh, right.
the cinnamon,
yes,
combined with the actual drinking it, like that combination, and then the drink was cold. It was just it was so good for me, and the apple, I like I talked about in the episode, I thought I just didn't like apple drinks. Like, I kind of gave up because I had done some experimentation at home too, trying to make an apple drink, and I couldn't find one that I liked, and then Jamie made one that was really, really good, and so I was surprised by it.
Oh, that was a good one.
I like how I make you regret your choices.
Oh. Okay, number one. I have the Ouroboros.
Yeah, you love that one.
I really, really loved it. I think it was like the grape. That really...
You love a grape juice box.
I do. And with the mix of the fizziness and... Yeah, I loved it. And I 100% am going to make it again.
What was it? Grape and...
I can't remember. It was really simple. I feel like grape, gin. Right, so it was the Empress gin, grape juice, champagne, and blue Curaçao mix.
Sounds great.
And it's also pretty easy to make, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty purple color. Also my favorite photos, so.
Those are beautiful.
Right?
I know.
I really should get awards for these, and I don't feel like...
Best photo?
Yeah.
But you make all the photos, so you would win. Yeah, my number one is the cereals iced tea.
So good.
It was so good.
Yeah. Which I was struggling with that because I was like, that was such a good drink.
I was
surprised.
And I
was so surprised by it.
So that one was orange pico tea, cold. And yeah, apricot liqueur, lemon juice, gold rum.
Right.
And simple syrup and mint.
The mint also, you really got, the mint in. Okay, I need to buy more orange pico tea because I do actually also want to make that again.
You thought you didn't like orange pico tea.
I don't by itself, but it's also, you can use it in like the blueberry tea too.
The orange pico tea, yeah.
But yeah, it was so good.
Okay, we gotta crunch the numbers.
Yeah. Christine has the results.
I do have the results. Okay. So just to remind you, whoever has the lowest score, which I got confused about the last time we did this, whoever has the lowest score is the winner. Okay, so Christine has 41 points, and Jamie has 31 points.
Oh! Yeah!
She's a winner, baby.
She's a winner, baby. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a difference.
Do you have an acceptance speech?
I want to thank me for believing in me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's short and sweet. Short and sweet. You did it.
I did it.
Let's move on to our other awards, our very, very important awards.
Yes.
The first one we want to talk about is our favorite moments. Our favorite moments from this book.
So many. One that I have is when Cass and Az come in to save the day when they're on the pond, I guess.
Okay, good. That's one of mine too. I call it the Illyrian Rescue.
Yes, it was just such like an epic scene, and then it's like you just know she's gonna be like reunited, and they just like crash down. You're like, yeah.
So a shadow slammed into the earth before us, cracking the ice towards every horizon. And that's like our first moment to know that Az has come down, and you're like so scared for Feyre because Eris has her.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are they gonna do? Lucian and Feyre are cornered. But then you just get this big moment where it's like, boo, boo.
And like, you've missed them.
Here.
Right? And you've missed them so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just such a great...
And she's so happy to see them.
Okay, now you say one.
Oh, okay. So one of my favorite moments is when Feyre is manipulating Tamlin to find her and Lucian. You know, when they find in Lucian's bedroom.
Oh, right. Yes.
Like, she had to put together so many pieces.
Yes.
To get Tamlin to enter Lucian's room just at the right moment.
Yeah.
Where her and Lucian are locked in an embrace, where Lucian's trying to comfort her, but he's like also probably like topless and, you know, just come out of bed, but she's in her sleeping wear, and then it's like he's just trying to be nice, but Tamlin walks in the right moment, and he thought that was the night that him and Feyre were going to get it on.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had been leaving him little hints
that it might happen.
And then she, like, blocks the sound, and it's just, it all, like, falls into place where he's, like, so mad, and it makes this, like, rift between him and Lucian. Oh, it was just, like, it was so satisfying.
I feel like just Feyre's revenge era during the first portion is just fantastic, because I also do have, like, at the solstice with Ianthe.
Oh, that's a good one.
How she's like, and nobody noticed how I had just moved the spot, like, a little tiny bit, and didn't, how
the sundial, so it wouldn't come down right on her.
Yeah, and how she lined it all up so they would all be up there, and then it would just be, like, her and Lucian, and just that, and, like, her inner thoughts, and her acting, and...
Yeah, and I loved that, too, because it was such a contrast between her first solstice.
Yes.
And this one.
Yeah, such a big difference in who she is now.
Yeah.
Just a shout out to Asriel and the watch what you say about my high lady, my fave comment.
Because he's a man of few words, so for him to say something is pretty big.
Yeah.
And bringing it back to, like, the first 10 chapters too is this scene with Ianthe where she starts to get a little, like, cagey, and she, like, needs to manufacture the Nega attack and all of that. Like, that was super fun. And where she, like, walked in on breakfast and, the keys are missing. But then she's like, the ground around my temple is dying and it smells like Nega. And...
Like, talk to the gardener, Ianthe.
Yeah, and Jurian, the quote is, Jurian rolls his eyes and went back to his bacon. I think they're all just like, girl.
Shut up.
Stop it.
I really want to add just another favorite moment is just Ianthe's death.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there right now because just...
It really was, though.
It really was a great moment where Feyre's kind of like, catch me.
That was so good.
And then the follow-up of the Weaver showing up with the gem on her head. Fantastic. Also, another one I had. Elaine with the stabbing of the king.
No, I had that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because that was totally unexpected. I don't know how I forgot about it, but just nice to see her again, like how you given her MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just for it to be Elaine that did it, because you're thinking it's going to be like Nesta or someone like that, but then having like Elaine all of a sudden, get your hands off my sister.
Yeah, I like that for her. The other one I had was when Feyre comes back from the Spring Court and her and Rhys reunite.
Yes.
So Lucian says, and you're High Lady of the Night Court? And then it's Rhys who answers and says, indeed she is. And the friends are all watching and smiling like that airport video.
Okay, that is one of my favorite moments.
Happy moment.
Yeah.
Right, and then Feyre turns to see him leaning against the archway.
Yeah.
And then Feyre's face crumples and he falls to his knees and he says, my love. And he holds her face in his hands.
You should just make Eddie reenact that with you.
I mean, he would if I really said it was important.
Yeah, I just really need to feel this moment, Eddie, if we could do this. I don't have anyone to do that with right now.
Tell me I'm the High Lady of the Night Court.
Yeah. When I'm having a hard day, this is what's going to happen.
Just, can you lean against an archway? Or once a day, lean against the archway, and I'll know.
Yeah. Have you seen those TikToks they make their boyfriends do, like, where they put their hand above them in the archway? No. And they're like, okay, like, do the... And it's, like, things that, like, book boyfriends do, and they'll make their, like, boyfriends do it.
That's funny.
It is funny. When I get a boyfriend, it's happening.
You just wait for those videos.
He does not know what he's in for.
He doesn't know yet. Okay, the last one I have is when Tamlin arrives at the High Lord meeting. I know that he's in his villain era here.
Yeah.
But it was just, I was also on, as a viewer, rooting for him in that moment. Not rooting for him, but like excited.
Like, this is
for
gonna
the
be
scene.
good.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He just like up. Comes in. He's just like unhinged. I'm here. Yeah. He doesn't say it, but like, oh my god, he's not okay. Everyone's like, no, oh no,
guys, what do we do with him? Yeah, that was good. I kind of had that as a cringe moment, but it's not really cringy. I just have Tamlin at the meeting and some of the stuff he said, but I'm like, it actually doesn't make me cringe.
I feel it's kind of cringy.
It
when
is like
he just like says stuff that like everyone's like, man, we see through you, dude.
Yeah.
We through your heart hurts, man.
Yeah, but it's not actually as like I have other ones, but it's just.
Do you have any more favorite moments, or do you want to do cringe?
It's not a favorite moment, but just the Feyre and Lucian dynamic.
Oh.
I just kind of have as a little nod to the two of them.
The Fushin?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when Feyre came upon Lucian and Dianthe.
Yes.
Then they got to bond together by killing.
Mm-hmm. Just like they're like back and forth a little bit.
Duo.
Their journey, and then I think just their whole kind of journey in this book I enjoyed. But especially, during that time. And like when they were in the spring court, and like he's the only one that's kind of like,
Feyre.
Yeah. You're very questionable right now. Like he's the only one questioning it.
Yes.
And then I think when he finally hears like her whole story and just like gets it.
That scene.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be in there too.
Yeah.
That scene.
He's just like, oh, okay.
When he starts to understand, like, okay, Rhys isn't who I thought he was, and this is not just, like, I didn't know I was a villain in your story.
Yeah. So
and then the power dynamic changing from ACOWAR to
oh my god,
this book, and now Feyre is like high lady versus like some human that he treats like trash.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's so fun.
So fun. Okay, cringe moment. Tamlin with the soldier. Where Feyre kind of lines it up, and it's almost like, but he still has a choice at this point. And you think, like, he's looking at, because Feyre is saying, no, this and this, and you think he's going to do it. But then, like, I think Ianthe says something, and then it's the Hybern siblings there, and he gives into that need to be, like, a man and, like, powerful, and still has him whipped when he didn't do anything. That, I was just like, because you're just like, yeah, she lined this all up, but you made your own decisions. Like, you're doing this to yourself.
Where Feyre knew how he was going to react, but it's still like...
But she's still technically giving him a choice.
He would do different. Yeah, I like that you said that one. That was way more specific than what I had. Because I didn't really have a moment. I just kind of wrote Tamlin not tapping into Feyre's acting.
Okay, yeah.
Yet Lucian so clearly saw it.
Yeah.
And it was like...
He should see what he wants to see.
It kind of... I guess the cringe part of it is like, there's this love story in ACOWAR, and if you truly love someone, your ignorance to their acting, especially, obviously people can be like really good actors, right? Yeah. And like manipulate you or whatever, but like Lucian was seeing through it. And Lucian's known her for the same amount of time.
But I think it was like she was going back to the girl that she was when she first got there. And that's what Tamlin wanted. So that's what he wanted to see. So it was just like so easy for him to just...
But it also seemed like he was just ignoring some signs or signals. Or he wasn't like talking to her. He was just accepting her as this like one-dimensional girl.
Yeah.
And so like that whole part of it was cringy, like him interacting with Feyre through those whole like first 10 chapters was like, how are you not like asking questions or like, I don't know.
There's so many things with him.
It was hard to watch.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, Ianthe in the woods with Lucian.
Yeah.
It's just ew.
That was ew.
I don't even need to re-go there, but it was just ew.
Yeah.
You're gross. You deserve to have your hand broken and then fed to the Weaver.
And then murdered. Okay, casting hill you will die on.
Didn't have really anyone's for this one, but...
Who was your favorite?
I went with the Dave Franco and Adam Devine.
Oh, for Bronn and Hart.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Is yours the same one for your pick? That was... Okay, to be fair... That's also my other pick, is who you picked for it.
Okay. So to remind you all, my Bronn and Hart pick were Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Which I also really loved.
I also really liked yours too.
Yeah.
So,
that's just,
yay for us. We did it. Oh. And just Bronn and Hart as like side characters.
Yeah.
Because they were those characters from the beginning of these series that you're like, well, there's no point in casting them. They're going to be gone.
But they're not
gone.
No,
they're not.
They keep showing up.
Bronn and Hart keep coming back.
I can't remember if they do, but I really hope they're the last book.
I don't think they are.
I know, but...
At least they're in the first 3, and
I
they
know.
got their casting.
Yeah. Okay.
The Steve Buscemi Award for Achievement in Multi-Casting. To remind you all, from ACOWAR, Steve Buscemi was cast multiple times, which means he got his own award for achievement in multi-casting. And so, as we continue on to our other books that we're going to cover, if anyone is multicast, they get this special award.
Yep. I believe mine's the same as yours.
So yeah, so we kind of agreed there was only one here. We don't have to make a decision. The only one we really had that we did multiples of was Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
So what happened was with the brother and sister duo.
Yeah.
So we had both initially thought Aubrey Plaza was a good fit for Branagh, even though she was not my final pick, but she was like definitely like one of my contenders. So that was the only one that we kind of crossed, was sort of a double pick.
Yes. So congratulations, Aubrey.
Congratulations, Aubrey.
This is probably your most the biggest award.
Your favorite award.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his name? Reggae Jean Page won
Not
last...
Jean Paul.
Not Jean Paul. Reggae Jean Page won last season for his casting as Asriel and as Tarquin.
Yeah.
So
it's a big honor.
And Steve Buscemi has won for the Surreal, and what else was he?
I don't know. I feel like you kept throwing out his name a lot.
No, there was something else.
Surreal. Oh, okay, that's too far along. We'll remember eventually.
We'll remember one day.
Yeah.
Let's do our Medal of Honor. Who is your Medal of Honor?
The Surreal.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. I totally forgot about that one.
Oh my God. I was like, I feel like we're just going to agree on it.
No, I'm glad you have, because I forgot.
To the Surreal, the other dreamer of the story, helped more than they needed to, and pointed Feyre in the right direction more than they needed to.
Yeah.
And really just wanted like the world to be like a better place and to help. And Medal of Honor.
Mine was to the boat carver and the weaver.
Also deserved.
They did sacrifice themselves for war.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know that I want to give them too much credit, because they're like...
Yeah, they're also not the...
They're also a little bit evil.
I'm happy the weaver again.
That was a bullshit ending for her.
Yeah, it really was. Ending. 100%.
She I feel better. Like would survive the end of time, and my girl didn't deserve that.
Yeah, that was too easy, too quick.
Yeah.
Bone Carver I understand because it was the Cauldron.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I get that. That, makes sense. And you know what? I'm happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what he wanted.
He's okay. He's at peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Weaver, I was like, yeah, no, that was too easy.
No, the next step is just like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, and especially, she's just killed so many people. Do you know how strong and beautiful she is right now?
Yeah.
There is no way.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Medal of Honor. Even though you're dead, you get that Medal of Honor.
Okay, Ultimate Loser?
Ultimate Loser. What do you think? I feel like this was an easy one.
I feel like you want to say, like, obviously, like, Highburn.
Yeah, you mean King of Highburn.
The King of Highburn. You're an idiot. But I also have Grayson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that offbeat pick.
Right? Like, your loss, number one.
Elaine is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she can garden.
Yes.
She
still, even after becoming Fae, still tried.
Yes.
Still want, like, and you're just like, no. And you were, take that ring off. Like, you were rude.
Yeah, very rude.
Yeah.
But number 2, rude.
Yeah.
Number 3, rude.
Yep. So rude. And, like, you were not ready to get married, clearly, because you don't know what love is.
You don't know what marriage
and what about Steph is. And your closed-mindedness, I hope you're miserable for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have your own redemption arc, and you open up your mind and realize that you're an idiot.
Or, sad man, I hope you get a redemption arc. Imagine saying that to people in real life. I know you're sad, and you're rude, and you don't deserve her, but I hope you get a redemption arc.
Yeah. And you realize what an idiot you were.
Mic drop.
I said what I said.
But then he's like, what's a redemption?
What is a redemption arc? I don't know. Oh, you know who another one is?
What?
Baron.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Also.
Yeah, he had to be dragged to the war that would save all of his people, but he wouldn't actually have to do anything.
Right. He's just like, oh, I'm not going to take this antidote that'll save us all because it's probably just pretty much everything that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, because this lady did it.
Yeah.
What does this lady know? And she's like, this is my expertise. And he's like, meh, 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 meh.
You don't know anything.
Lady scientist. Am I right? And everyone's like, no.
No, you were not.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir, we're actually going to take it.
Overall MVP.
This is our final award,
Yes.
which is the overall MVP. Do you know what yours is?
Again, not going to give it to Feyre or Rhysand.
Okay.
Even though I think Feyre deserves it for her acting skills alone. In the beginning of this book.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah. But just because they're main characters, I don't want to just give it. But shout out to Feyre for that. I was also like Cassian, but I'm saying Amryn.
That's a good pick.
Yeah. Just also, I think, learning more about her story, the effort she put into research.
Did you read that book?
So much effort. And she had to sit with that stupid thing constantly. I think just her, like, you like Rhys, obviously, shout out to him, again, not getting it, but giving up her life and being like, I still was able to have this, like, human type life when I never thought I would. And I want to, like, save everyone. Her coming in with her, like, wise words constantly, especially, like, during fights.
Girl.
She's always the one that comes in. She's like, oh my god, you guys, like, get it together. R.I.P. to your great power, because I loved that. Yeah, I don't feel like she was, like, a huge presence in this book, but I still think, like, yeah, what she did.
She had her moments. So I had to break mine down. So, like, the first half of the book, I gave to Feyre.
Yeah.
Because her revenge era was just... When I think of my experience reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, I think of Feyre's revenge era, and that is the MVP of this book, is the first, like, 10 to 15 chapters, even though it's an 80 chapter book, but that just takes it. Just
in books in general, like romantasy books, I feel like one of the best few like, I just love
exciting, like, twists and comebacks and just, like, fun.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And just for her to be able to come back and be like, I also feel like that's like a fantasy of a lot of people, probably, for like their exes.
Yeah.
To be able to go back and get like some revenge like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't live in that world.
Yeah. And obviously the rest of the book, she's like, oh, maybe that was not the best choice.
But maybe if we I went
just
too
live
far
in that world for a second, if we just live in that world a little bit, it was so fun to be along the ride with her, to do all of the things that she did in the spring court. That was great. So I gave the second half of the book to Elaine.
That is a good one. I was also debating.
I did love her storyline of her cuckoo-ness. Right? Like, we had a lot of fun laughing at her cuckoo lines and just like, oh, I'm Elaine, I need some more milk, and oh, it is happening. You know, she's just like treated as some, like, not there, whatever. And then obviously we come to understand that maybe she's a seer and that she is just, like, traumatized. And then in the end, she you know, stabs the king through the neck. And so I do like the trajectory of her just being like numb and out of it, but then discovering everyone thinks she's crazy, but then she becomes like, oh, maybe she's a seer, maybe she's really knowledgeable, and she starts to stand up to her sisters, and then she starts to, like, push back a little bit, and her relationship with Asriel, and then she kills the king. Like, I just...
And where she's like, let's go to the Grayson's things, and then you can, like, glamour me, and,
She starts to, like, become her own person, so I hope that Sarah J. Maas does more of her.
Yes, I think she deserves it as a character.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Yeah. Also on that note, I had Amryn and Cassian, and I meant as Amryn and Asriel. Cassian lost it with the hand thing.
Huh?
When him and Nessa's hands were touching, and then more came.
Oh,
and
yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah. Just side shout out to Asriel. I think he also.
Asriel's great. Well, that is it. That is all.
Congratulations to all the winners.
All the winners, yeah. So we are going to be moving on to A Court of Frost and Starlight.
The Hallmark.
We're just going to be
movie.
It's a smaller book, so we're just going to be breaking it into. So the first half, we're going to bring you our Christmas drinks. So Jamie and me we're going to do 2 drinks, Christmas drinks. And the second half, we're going to do our New Year's Eve drinks.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yes.
If you're still listening, follow us on social media. We are Books and Booze Podcast on TikTok and on Instagram. And we post our drink photos and our recipes and other stuff. And if you're, whatever platform you're listening on, give us 5 stars. It is incredibly helpful.
Yeah. Please.
Thank you.
Please do. Love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Good luck.